Hello, children. Welcome back. Today, I will tell you a story. Once upon a time in Scotland, during an era of castles, knights, and fair young maidens, there lived a girl named Janet. She was the daughter of a lord and was renowned for her beauty, with golden hair braided down her back. Yet, her pride and impatience were often noted by those around her. On a sweltering summer day, boredom consumed Janet as she grew weary of needlework, music lessons, and the idle chatter of her fellow maidens. With a determined spirit, she decided to stroll upon the cool green grass of Carterhaugh, a place known for its enchanting beauty. The other maidens, alarmed by her choice, cautioned her against venturing there. They warned her of Tam Lin, a fairy said to roam the land, capable of stealing treasures and perhaps even maidenhood. Disregarding their fears, Janet laughed off their warnings, proclaiming her independence from both men and fairies. Soon, she found herself in Carterhaugh, where she bent down to pluck a fragrant red rose. To her surprise, she encountered Tam Lin, who confronted her about her boldness. Unfazed, Janet asserted her right to the land, claiming it would one day be hers. Tam Lin remained silent, yet his gaze bore into her blue eyes, and his touch ignited a spark between them. In the embrace of the cool grass, Janet surrendered to the moment, and by the time she returned home, she was no longer a maiden. As days passed, a change was evident in Janet. She became moody and often unwell, prompting gossip among the knights. One old knight jested about the cause of her condition, suggesting that she was with child. Janet, overhearing their words, acknowledged the truth with a heavy heart, revealing that the father was Tam Lin. The knight spoke of the futility of a fairy child and the absence of a fairy father. Janet, tormented by her circumstances, sought solace in the rocky places of Carterhaugh, where she found the white berries known for their abortive properties. Just as she was about to consume them, Tam Lin appeared, filled with fury over her intentions. He revealed that he, too, was mortal, having been taken by the fairy queen at a young age. Tam Lin explained that Janet had the power to free him from his spell. That night, he instructed her to hide by the path at Miles Cross, where the fairies would ride. She was to let the queen and her followers pass, waiting for Tam Lin, who would ride last. Under the moonlight, Janet followed his instructions, watching as the fairy queen passed on her black horse, followed by the other fairies. Finally, Tam Lin appeared on a white horse, crowned and gloved. When he drew near, Janet leaped forward, pulling him down and refusing to let go. The fairy queen, enraged, transformed Tam Lin into a serpent, but Janet held on tightly. He then became a fierce wolf, yet she did not release her grip. Next, he turned into a searing lump of coal, burning her hands, but still she clung to him. Finally, he transformed into a naked man, and Janet wrapped her green cloak around him, sheltering him from the chill. The fairy queen, realizing the depth of Janet's love, declared her bitterness. If she had known the truth, she would have cursed Tam Lin, turning his heart to stone and his eyes to wood. In that moment, she lamented the loss of her best companion. With a wave of her hand, the fairy queen and her entourage vanished, leaving Janet and Tam Lin alone in the darkness. Together, they embraced their newfound freedom, united in love, and the promise of a future together. Janet has won Tam Lin's freedom, and the pair are free to raise their child together. And so, in the enchanting lands of Scotland, Janet and Tam Lin emerged from the shadows of their trials. Their love wins against all odds. With the fairy queen's bitterness behind them, they stood hand in hand, ready to embrace the future and raise their child in a world free from curses and chains. Don't forget to like and subscribe.